Good evening guys. Hope you are doing well. Today I am just going to describe about the file handling in Python. So file handling has a very important role in the Python program, but how it is very much important, so that we have to know by running some of the program in Python. So let's see that how we can handle the file in Python. But before start the program, I just want to say one thing. Guys, just remember two things. That first, if you open one book, then you have to be close before you leaving your study. Same thing it also happen in the file handling. If you open any file, then you have to be close that file. So that is the very important, and maybe it is looking very easy, but sometimes we used to forget to close the file. Let's start about the program. Now I just write down the first program is that if fp is equal to open pydata001.txt file comma x. So file handling, we have three mode. One is the read mode. In the read mode, you can just read the file, so you cannot edit anything. Second one is the write mode. In the write mode, if you open any file in the write mode, then you can edit that file. And X, third one is the X mode. What is the X? X is the exclusive mode. So in case if the file is not exist in your directory, then in that case, in this way, if you open this file, then they can create a new file. If the file is already exist, so in that case, they will throw the error. So in here, I just write down fb is equal to open pydata001.txt file and comma x, that is the x mode, then fb dot close. So in the first, I just 1 minute back discuss about the open and the close. We can just open the file by this name and write down fp dot close. That means if we open the file, then we have to close that file as well. So just we run the program. Then we can see that already one file is created, pydata001.txt, this file. Now we can see the second program to write something in that file. How we can write that one? In the last one, in the pydata001.txt, in that file, we just open it in the exclusive mode. In here, we just open it in the write mode. I already told you guys that in the write mode, if we want to create any file, then if we want to write down anything in here, just suppose we just write down in this file first line in the file. So if we want to write down this line in that file in pydata002.txt, then in that case, we have to open that file in the write mode. Then we just use fp.write first. Within first bracket, within inverted comma, we write down first line in the file. Then again, we just close the file. If we run that program, then we can see that pydata002.txt file is already created. If we click that file and open that file, then we can see this is already written, which I already described in my program. The first line in the file, it's also written here. So write mode, it helps basically to write down anything after creating any file. Now write to a text file. How we can do that? We just take the file name, that is the output.txt. We want to create this file. Then text is equal to hello. This is the first line of the file, and this is the second line. We just want to write down these two lines. And what is the slash n? Slash n is basically the next line. Then with open is the function in the file handling in Python. In with open, we just pass the file name. Which one is the file name? This variable is the file name, that is the output.txt. Then we just open it in the write mode as file. Then we just write down file.write txt. What is the text? This is the text. So these things will be write down here. Then we just write down the print within f string. We used content has been written to file name. This file name, the output.txt, we just passed it here within curly braces. So if we run that program, then we can easily see that one. We just created the file name. Which file name? That is the output.txt. That file name is already created here, output.txt. If we click this file and open that file, then we can easily see that hello, this is the first line of the file. This is already created. In the next line, this is the second line. That means we just write down two lines here, which I already write down within text variable in this area. In the next, read the text from the file. How we can read the text from that file? We just take that file pydata002.txt, basically this file. Whatever it is written inside this file, we can see it here. How we can do that? We just use that fp is equal to open within first bracket pydata.txt file. We just open it in the write mode. Write mode is basically doing to whatever is written in that file, we can do that, but we cannot edit that line, because if we want to edit, just remember we have to open it in that case in the write mode, but read mode only it is allowed to see whatever it is there in the file. Then we used the content variable is equal to fp.read, then print content, then fp.close. So we just open the file and then we just at last close the file in every cases. If we run that program, then we can see in this file pydata002.txt, it is written there first line in the file. You can cross check it here by opening this file. We just double click on pydata002.txt file. We can see that first line in the file. So in this way, we can see whatever the written in the file, we can just read it by writing down this program. Then in the very next program, we just use it to open pydata002.txt file in the read mode, then fp.read and then fp.close. So in this way also we can see whatever it is written in this file. We can see it by written this 3 simple line code. Then we just take the file name is equal to output.txt. This is basically the file. Then with open file name in the read mode as file. Then we use content is equal to file.read. Then we just print this content. Again, we just want to see that whatever it is written in the output.txt. We just run the program. Then we can see these two lines is written here. Hello, this is the first line of the file, and the very next line, this is the second line. We can cross check it again by opening this output.txt file. Here you can see these two lines is written here in that file. So by written down with this line, we can easily read whatever it is written inside the file. We can see it. Now, how we can write down the multiple lines? Multiple lines means we want to write down suppose 10 lines, 20 lines, 30 lines, more than that, as much as we can edit in the file. So in that case, what we have to do? So in that case, just remember guys, we have to open that file in the write mode. Write mode, in the read mode, you cannot written anything, you cannot edit anything. If you want to see whatever it is written, then in that case, we are just open that file in read mode, but in write mode, if you want to edit those written line, previous line, then what happen? In that case, whatever it is written before, it is just omitted, then we just edit these lines, whatever we want to write. How we can do that? We just open the file, fp is equal to open sales_2.txt file, in the write mode. Then we want to write down the lines is equal to first line in the file /n. /n is basically meaning the second line, then second line in the file, the third line in the file. So we just want to write down these 3 lines in that file. Then we just write fp.write lines. Within lines, we just pass out this line and this variable. Then we just close the file. Then if we run that program, then we can see that this file is already created, this file, and these 3 lines is already written it here. Now we just want to see that sales underscore 2.txt, whatever it is written. So in that case, we just open that file in read mode. Then we just write down lines is equal to fp.readlines, and this is the code. We just write down here. This is basically the function, and then we just write down the for loop for lines in lines, whatever the lines is written there in this sales underscore 2.txt, that will be comes if we just print out this line, then we just end it. Then we just again close the file. Then we just run the program. Then we can see this 3 line is written inside that sales underscore 2.txt file. If we open that file, we can see the same 3 line is written here as well. Now we can import the OS. Now if we want to run that program by written there print os.list directory. This is basically the function os.list directory. What it do if we run that program? Basically, the list directory gives you the directory where you are working. Basically, that gives you the path. What is the path? That is the full path of this pydata001.txt file. So in this way, we can just make the printout of the path of the file. Of any particular of the file, if you want to take the path, then you can write down this line of the code, single line of the code. Then verify the file exists. That means if you want to check that whether this file is available or not, or if you choose any kind of the file, if you want to check that within this file, is it available, is it present in this file directory or not, how we can do that? We just write down the print os.path.isFile is the function to check whether it is available or not. So after writing down this 2 line of the code, print os.path.isFile, again we just write down the sales underscore 2.txt. So if I run that program, basically what the program is doing, this file is not available in this directory. So that's why they are giving the output false. And sales underscore 2.txt, that is already present in this directory or in this file. So that's why they are giving the output is true. Now we just write down the import OS, then we are just giving the path of this file, this pydata file, and then we just write down the file underscore name is pydataexplorer.txt. Then we just write down the with open function, and within with open function we just write down os.path.join path comma file name comma w means write format as fp.write, this is a new line. So we just want to write down this is a new line in this file. Which file? pydataexplorer.txt. So if we run that program, then they are creating this pydataexplorer.txt file here. Then they are just write down this line. This is a new line. You can check it. Yeah, this is a new line. It is written there. So they are using with open function. This is the another way to open the or create a new file and write down some lines in the file. os.path.join, then they are giving the path, the comma file underscore name, then comma write format, then as fp, then fp.write, this is the function, and within this function they are written this line. So now we just reached here, open a file in Python. How we can open? Through Python program. So opening the file with absolute path. If we give the absolute path of any file, then it also opens by written down 3 lines of code of the Python. So we just write down fp is equal to open, then we are just giving the path of the sales underscore 2.txt, sales underscore 2.txt. How we can get the path? If we just go on that file, then we just right click on that, and then we just copy the path here. If we copy the path and we just paste it here of this file, then we just open it in a read mode. Then we just write down print fp.read function, then fp.close. Again we just close that file after opening that one. Then if we run that program, then we can easily see within this file the sales underscore 2 dot text txt. So this 3 line is written here. So this is another way to access the file as well. So you can cross check it after opening this file. So after that, we just open the file in another way. fp is equal to open sales009.txt. Sales009.txt is not there. So we just want to create this file. Then we just open it in read mode. Then we just write down content is equal to fp.read function, then print this content, then fp.close. We just close that file. And if we click that one, then we can see file not found error. Because if you want to in read mode and this file is not present in this area, so in that case the program will throw this error, file not found error. Or you can see it will be written there, error number 2, no such file or directory sales009.txt is present there. Now opening the file with relative path, we can give the relative path and we can open the file. How we can do that? We just use the try and except. How we can write down try colon fp is equal to open sales underscore 22.txt. This file we want to open in read mode. Then we just print fp.read function, then fp.close. We just close that file. And if there is any kind of the exception is created, so for that we just write down the except file not found error. Then we just print please check the path. Then we just run the program. We don't have this sales underscore 22.txt. You can check it here. This file is not present here. So in that case, this program just comes in this except block. In except block, they just print this one. Just please check the path. Then we just open another file sales10.txt and read mode and print fp.read. If we run that program, this file sales10.txt, this file is not present there. So that's why they're just throwing the error, no such file or directory sales10.txt is present. Now opening a file in read mode, how we can do that? We just fp is equal to open is equal to, we just write down one file name sample222.txt, then we just open it in write mode. Then we just write down fp.write new line and fp.close. If we do that program, we can see the sample222.txt file is already created and this new line is written inside this file. We can check it here by double clicking and by opening this file. Again, we just want to open and write down something. fp is equal to open sample within first bracket sample2.txt. We just open it in write mode. Then fp.write, we just write one line, that is the new line. And then fp is equal to open sample2.txt, comma r is basically the read mode, because we just write down this line, new line in this file sample2.txt. Then we want to check that whether this is written or not. Then we just read this file, print fp.read function, then we just close the file. If we run the program, we can see in sample222.txt file, new line is written there. So, which I already mentioned it here. We just write down this new line, then we just check this file sample.txt, it's also written new line. Now opening the file in append mode. Append mode means it will be included one by one. What is that? fp is equal to open sample within first bracket sample.txt, we just want to open, comma within a, then a is basically the append, what we will append, fp.write function, we just write down here and we just use the /n. It means this line will be added in next line. What will be written there? Added this line by opening the file in append mode. So if we just write down fp is equal to open within first bracket, we use the sample2.txt comma read mode, then just print fp.read, then fp.close. If we just check that one, then within this file sample2.txt, this new line, it was there earlier, and right now they are added and this line in the next line of this file. If you check the file, we can see these two lines is written there. Then closing a file, how we can close the file? F is equal to open sample2.txt in read mode, then we write down the print f.read. We just read that file, then we just close it. We just run the program, we can just see that whatever is written there in this file sample2.txt, it is coming in here. Then after that they are closing that file. Then after that, how we can create a new file? If we run the program, we can see that sales 0001.001.txt is already opened here. Sales 001 is here. So in the txt, we just open it in exclusive mode. X is basically the exclusive mode, and then we just write down the hello world. I am a new file, and we can just check that sales 001. Yeah, it's written there, hello world, I am a new file. Then again, we are using the try and except block. Within try and except block, we just want to open one file, new file, sample3.txt with exclusive format as fp. fp.write, we just want to write down the hello world, I am a new file. Then we just want to read the contents of the new file. How we can do that? fp is equal to open, we just write down there within first bracket sample3, the same file, we just open it here. Within read mode, r is basically represent the read mode, then we just write down print fp.read. Then if there is any kind of error, then we just write down the except file existing error. So then if the file is not present, then in that case the file will be already exist, it will be written there. So if we just run that program, this file is already exist, so they are giving the output here. But basically the basically the sample3.txt is we already created before that, and this is written there, hello world, I am a new file. Then read file in Python, how we can do the read the file? By using the absolute path. We are just using the try and except block. Within try, we just open that file, f is equal to open, then we are just giving the file in the r is basically for read mode. We are just giving the path of the file, and then open it in the read mode. Then we just write down print fp.read function, then fp.close the function. Then we just write down that if there is any kind of exceptional, then we just write down except file not found error, so please check the path. We just print this one. So if I run the program, we can see within this file, what is the file name? sample2.txt. This two line is written there. This two line is written there. We can cross check after opening this file, which is the file name. The file name is the sample2.txt. Sample2.txt. This is the file. Yeah, this two line is written here. So after that, if we want to open any kind of file, and then you can read this file by writing down in a different level. If we use the for loop, after using the with open function, then we just give the path of that file, and then we are using the for loop I in range 3. That means it will go from 0, 1, 2, this 3 line. Then we just write down print file.read line, then end. Then if we just use this for loop and run this program, then we can easily see this 3 line is written there. Why it is written? We have to check that sales_2.txt, sales_2.txt. This 3 line is already written there. So in such a way, we can just give the printout. Or if we want to check what is written inside any particular file, we can check it by written down this 4 simple line of program in Python. Then Python write to file, how we can write the file. If we want to write anything on the file, we can use the file name. We are just giving the path of the file, sales_2.txt. This is the total path of this file. Then we just open that file in the write mode. We just open that file, the write mode. Then we just write down any particular line. We just want to write down here, this is the overwritten content. Then we just close that file. Then after that, we just open that file path. This is a file path. We just open it. Then in the read mode, and then just print opening file again. Then we just want to print that one. Then we just open it, print it in the fp.read function. Then fp.close. If we run that program, then we can easily see opening file again, it is written there. Opening file again, this is written there, and this is overwritten content. We already print out, this is the overwritten content, it's print there. How we can do that? We can check the sales the underscore 2.txt. Yeah, this is overwritten content. In such way, we can write down anything, we can edit anything in any particular file. Then with statement to a write file. What is that? We are using the one line, name is equal to written user content message. Then with open function, we just open that one text file in write mode. W is write mode as f. And f dot write the name. We just want to write down this line there. Then we just open that file again with by written down with open function. And within first bracket we use the written write underscore demo.txt, this file. Then read mode is there as f, and then print f.read. If you write down this program, then we can see that within this file write demo.txt, we just write down written using a content messenger. We can check, yeah, this is written within this file. Then appending new content and existing file, we already checked in the last program as well. So we are using the name is equal to Emma, and we just use the address of particular Emma. Then we just open that file. What file we open? That is the file name, write underscore demo.txt, and is basically the append mode as f. Then we just write down f.write function, we use it. We just pass the name, this name, we just pass this name, and f.write lines, we just pass this address as well within these two functions. Then we just use open function with open function. Then we just write down the file name and read mode. Then we just read that file. Print f.read function, that is the read the file. If we run the program, we can see within this file that what is the file name, write underscore demo.txt. This line will be written there, the Emma and the address. If you want to cross check, you can check it here as well. How to delete a file in Python? By using only 3 alphabet pwd. If we run this program, run this line, you can see all the file will be deleted from this PyData Explorer, this folder. If we run that one, and after running that one, we can use import OS, then os.remove function we are using, write underscore demo.txt. If we run that program, we can see this write underscore demo file already deleted from this file. The removing file with absolute path. If we give the absolute path of any particular file, that is the sample222.txt, you can see it here, sample222.txt. Waste.remove function basically is doing, if we run that program, you can see this file will be going to be deleted. Yeah, this file is already deleted. Now check if the file exists before deleting it. If we want to check any particular file is available or not, so in that case we are giving the file path. After giving the file path, suppose I am giving the sample222.txt, I just delete it in the last program. Then we are just checking that waste.path.exist, that is the function, whether that file path, this file path is available or not. Then waste.remove the file path, then else print the system cannot find the file path specified. If we run that program, then we can easily see the system cannot find the file specified. Why it is written there? Because this file, this sample222.txt file is already deleted earlier. So that's why they are not finding this file path. So that's why they are giving this output. The system cannot find the file path. Then the most interesting thing is that delete all files from a directory. This is the directory. There are so many files available. If we want to delete all the file at one time, so in that case we are just import the OS, then we are just giving the path is equal to R. Then we are giving the path of the PyData nodes, that is the path of the PyData nodes. I am just giving this path here. Then I just write down the for loop for file underscore name in os.list directory. In list directory, we are just passing the path. That means the PyData path, I am just passing it here. Then file is equal to path plus file name. Then if os.path.isFile function is, I am passing all the file path in one time, then we just print the delete file, file, we are just passing the file here, then waste.remove file. Waste.remove file, basically they will, after write down the file here, they will remove all the file at one time. I'm just running that program. You can see all the file is deleted from the PyData directory. Copy the path. How we can just copy the file path in the directory in Python? If we giving the two path of the two in file handling, so if we giving the two path here, so and then write down the subtle.copy, this is the function, the src underscore path comma dst underscore path, we are just print the copied. If we just run the program, then already you can see this file path is already copied. How we can do that? We are just take the path, file path earlier, this one, then we write down another file path, we are giving the dst underscore path, then we are using the same file path here. Then if we write down this subtle.copy, then within that the two path I am giving it here, these two variable I am giving it here. So in such a way we can just copy the file very easily in Python. Then rename the file path. How we can do the rename? We just open the fp open PyData 00001.txt in exclusive mode, then fp.close. If I just run that program, then PyData nodes that will be going to be changed in PyData 001.txt. If I run that program, then we can see we can easily change one name PyData.txt file. Then this is not the last on the list of the program. I am just using the import OS. Old name is equal to R. I am just creating one file here first. Then I want to change that file name PyData 001 to PyData.txt. So in that case, if I just run that program, you can see this name is already changed. So earlier, because earlier I just create the file first, PyData 001.txt. Right now I just change the file name PyData 001.txt to pinaki.txt in here. By giving this file name here, then I am using the one function, that is the os.rename. I am just passing that old underscore name and comma the new underscore name, these two things. So if I run these two, then already file created is changed. PyData 001 is changed right now, the pinaki.txt. Thank you so much, guys. After watching such a long video, I think so this is a very important and crucial role of the file handling in the path, file handling in the Python. So that's why I'm just taking so long time to cover up this video. And in case if there is any doubt, please let me know. And thank you so much. And please stay tuned with PyData Explorer.